I'm Gabe Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic book show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at Civil War Spider-Man issue number 1. Where does old Webhead fall in all this superhero fighting? Well, let's hop on in and find out together. So as the comic opens, we can see Peter Parker is back in New York, and right away he's forced to deal with a group of supervillains who have modeled themselves after the Vulture. Peter is quick to make fun of these guys for having such a redundant gimmick, but then he's reminded there's about several new Spider characters running around New York right now, so touche to you, throwaway bad guys. It's tiring work being both a superhero and mega CEO, so Peter thinks that he's going to try and grab a catnap in his New York offices, which is of course the repurposed Baxter building. Unfortunately, when he tries to lay his head down to sleep, he runs into a very naked Johnny Storm the Human Torch, because, you know, this is still technically his house. No sleep for the weary, or the spidery for that matter. It looks like Pete's next appointment is already upon him, and that is hanging out with Ulysses, the future-seeing Inhuman who is more or less the focal point of the Civil War II event. Yeah, it would seem that Spider-Man asked Medusa for permission to kind of mentor this kid, and I mean, really, I can't think of a better teacher than Spider-Man. It wasn't so long ago that he was a young man having to deal with all the troubles that come with that, as well as the pressure of being a superhero. And yes, I understand the irony that when Spider-Man says not so long ago he was the hip up-and-coming hero, that means the 60s, but this is comics, we just roll with that. The two aren't even together for that long before Ulysses gets a vision of a man horribly murdering two people. Luckily, Spider-Man is able to swing on in and make the save. Ulysses is no slouch either, as we find out. It's actually Karnak who's been teaching him martial arts. It's not long before these two have formed a full-on bromance, and wouldn't you know it, Ulysses is a huge fan of what Peter Parker is doing with his company, so Spider-Man decides to take him for a tour of his factory. He also tells him that, you know what, superheroing isn't for everybody, and with your very unique skill set, you could have a great life and a great career outside the whole, you know, tight spandex scene. I mean, hey, if you came to work for Parker Industries, imagine all the money you would save and all the workplace accidents you would stop by having a guy whose only job was to see the future. To round out the tour, Spider-Man shows off two of his greatest success stories, villains who have managed to turn their lives around and are now working for the greater good. There's Harry Osborn, and there's the former Clash. Oh, but you know, a story like this couldn't be all sunshine and roses, right? Because as it winds down, Ulysses has yet another vision, a vision of one of these former villains betraying Spider-Man. Yeah, and just like that, Spider-Man is given a horrible microcosm of the problem that Captain Marvel and Iron Man are fighting over, and that is, should he punish this villain in advance before he's even committed a crime? Or will he only cause these events to happen at all because he intervenes? Those are questions that will be answered next issue. Civil War II: The Amazing Spider-Man #1 is an interesting setup for this series of tie-ins. For one, there was really no fighting to be had this issue, certainly no hero versus hero stuff. It's just Spider-Man kind of being a cool dude and trying to help this kid along, only to be forced to have to deal with some really tough decisions. This was Christos Gage who wrote this one and not Dan Slott. I've always been a big fan of Gage's work. I think he really does get characters' voices well, you know, making them all sound unique and different from one another. Color me interested to where this mini goes, and I have to wonder, as the Civil War II itself ramps up in the main book, will that have a lasting effect on this book? Overall, I would actually give this one an 8 out of 10. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer? Or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.